three-peating in the National Football League is incredible. And I think that, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm fully aware of the possibility that they can pull it off. But it's just hard for me to ignore Baltimore, especially since they acquired Derrick Henry. I'm looking at Joe Burrow being back in Cincinnati. I'm looking at Aaron Rodgers being in New York City, New York Jets. I'm thinking about those things. And I'm thinking, believe it or not just about San Francisco knocking at that door and just believing at some point you got to kick it in. I can't ignore what I saw from the Detroit Lions.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what Campbell has done to change that culture, to turn that team around. Mm-hmm. Jared Goff, keep in mind, he did guide a team to a Super Bowl appearance. They've got running backs. They've got receivers. Their defense vastly improved. They run the football more in the second half. They probably beat San Francisco in that NFC Championship game. Detroit is knocking. And so I look at it from that standpoint. Of course, Kansas City can beat anybody, but I would tell you right now, and let me not forget Philadelphia, who picked up Saquon Barkley. You got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Goddard. You got Jalen Hurts as your quarterback. And your coach has some making up to do the way they nosedived over the last 7 weeks of the season. So I'm just looking at all that. It wouldn't surprise me at all if we saw a Super Bowl, Philadelphia versus Baltimore. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. So I'm going with the field.
It would surprise me.
Okay.
I'm taking the Chiefs. And I know history says it won't happen because it never has. But we've also never had Patrick Mahomes in the National Football League.
Yeah.
He's a generational talent, which most people believe he will end up being the greatest of all time. I liken him to Tiger Woods. When Tiger was playing on the PGA Tour, oftentimes at events, even the majors, the bet was Tiger versus the field. And almost 30% of the time, he won because he was that good. And he's that much better than the competition. I believe Patrick Mahomes is that much better than the competition. Because of that, and because of the championship level of excellence that this team, this organization has shown over the last several years, they've won 3 out of 4 Super Bowls. No one is up to their level. Everyone's trying to get there, but no one is there yet. And until Patrick Mahomes loses to someone that's not named Tom Brady, I'm expecting them to win the championship. It is simple as that, especially in the AFC just getting to the Super Bowl, Nicole. But once you're there, the guy on the other side is going to have to look to Patrick Mahomes, number 15, cannot beat him. I think that answer is no.
Tom Brady didn't make it happen. Tom Brady couldn't win 3 in a row. And you're asking me to overlook 31 other teams.
Yes.
Just forget that they exist.
No, no, it ain't 31. There's only maybe 10 that matter.
Fine, but you can have surprises. No one expected the Texans to go out last year and do what they did.
Did not.
No. So if they are just slightly better, now you're asking me to overlook the Texans in that conversation.
I am.
And that's in the same conference. I mean, there's a chance the Chiefs don't even get to the Super Bowl. I'm not saying C.J. Stroud and the Texans are.
Okay.
But if they make the jump, if C.J. Stroud doesn't have a massive slump in his sophomore slump, and everyone around him gets better, there is a possibility that the Texans are that good, that then you're not just talking about the Chiefs and the AFC.
There will be better, and I think C.J. Stroud's going to have a phenomenal sophomore year. I really believe that. And he will still nowhere be near the level of Patrick Mahomes. And that's no disrespect to C.J. Stroud.
And in case it isn't clear, I'm also taking the field. But like the Eagles, if the Eagles this year are for the entire season what they were at the beginning of last year, if Jordan Love somehow is Jordan Love of the end of the season, and he works because Green Bay has a history of developing wide receivers. If they are able to do with that core group what they have done in the past, why overlook the Packers?
I'm not sold on Matt LaFleur. That's number one. But no, I'm messing around. I'm messing around. He's a damn good coach. But he's a damn good coach. But number two, let me say this. Patrick Mahomes, 6 years as a starter. 6 AFC West titles. 6 AFC Championship game appearances. 6 Pro Bowls. 4 Super Bowl appearances. 3 Super Bowl titles. 3 Super Bowl MVPs. So it would speak to what you're saying. Here's my retort to that. You do get to a point where you're tired of getting your ass kicked. At some point in time, it's like you're literally getting everybody's best. Kansas City looked very human for most of last year. They went on the run. That AFC Championship game, you won 17-10. You know, like you dropped 40 or something. You know, I mean, Lamar Jackson and Baltimore should have been more efficient and effective offensively. But the Baltimore Ravens defense did its job. Kansas City came out like gangbusters and handled their business in the first 2 drives of the game.
Yep.
They had 14 points. They spent the rest of the game scoring 3 points. You can take them. And I'm saying to you that if you're the opposition, those incredible athletes with their incredible pride, tired of getting your ass kicked now, tired of the bowing at the altar of this guy, you know, you can be ready. And all I'm saying to you is that most teams won't, but I think somebody will. I can't see Kansas City three-peating this year. I mean, they're going to be in the mix. They're going to be there. But I think somebody's going to take them. I think somebody's going to take them. In the AFC. I don't think they're going to lose in the Super Bowl. I think Baltimore, Cincinnati, somebody in the AFC is going to take them.
Does anyone think the Jets could do anything?
No.
I do.
So,
I don't.
I do. With that defense?
No, I don't.
Especially if
why? Because you don't really believe in Rodgers or the coach?
There's never been an athlete of his age come back from that injury and be really, not even be really good, be decent.
That's across all sports.
That's across all sports.
Not just in the NFL.
That's Aaron Rodgers is overcoming a major injury at 40 years old. To expect him to come back and be that other guy is, I think you're doing him a disservice.
Let me throw this out to you. Let me get y'all thoughts.
The Kansas City Chiefs, champions, kings of the NFL, on the brink of achieving a feat that will solidify them as one of the greatest dynasties in football history. But here's the truth: every single team in the league is gunning for them. They are standing on the precipice of immortality. But the NFL is an unforgiving battlefield. To secure their 3rd consecutive Super Bowl title, the Chiefs must face challenges that could break even the strongest of teams. Make no mistake, the Chiefs have been here before. Year after year, they've proven that they know how to deliver when it matters most. Just take last season as an example. In Week 18, Travis Kelce had the chance to achieve a significant milestone, whether it was reaching 1,000 receiving yards or securing his 100th catch. But what did he do? He said, "I'm good. I'm standing on my resume." This is the mentality of the Kansas City Chiefs. They're not focused on individual stats or regular season accolades. No, their eyes are fixed on the ultimate prize, getting into the tournament and proving, once again, that they are the best in the league. And why should they think otherwise? With Patrick Mahomes leading the charge, the Chiefs have the ultimate trump card. Mahomes isn't just another quarterback, he's the most feared player in the NFL. Sure, the players ranked him as the 4th best in the league, but let's be real. When the game is on the line, there's no one better than Mahomes. He's the game changer, the equalizer, the player who can single-handedly turn the tide in favor of Kansas City. Let's not forget last year. The Chiefs didn't even need to be the number 1 seed. They went on the road to Baltimore and dismantled the Ravens, forcing them into their worst game of the season. The Chiefs are in everyone's heads. They've won back-to-back Super Bowls, and now they're chasing a 3rd, something that would etch their names in the history books. Every team knows that if they want to get to the Super Bowl, they'll have to go through Kansas City. It doesn't matter whether the game is played at Arrowhead or on the road. Mahomes, Kelce, and Andy Reid are waiting, and they're ready. But here's where things get dangerous. Winning 1 Super Bowl is hard enough. Winning 2 in a row, that's nearly impossible. But winning 3 straight, that's legendary, and it comes with a price. The toll it takes on a team mentally, physically cannot be overstated. The Chiefs are battling more than just their opponents. They're fighting the weight of history, the fatigue of multiple deep playoff runs, and the immense pressure that comes with trying to achieve the impossible. This is where the cracks start to show. Even the greatest teams can be brought down by the expectations they carry. The Chiefs have a target on their backs, and the rest of the NFL is circling, waiting for their chance to strike. It's not just the obvious contenders like the Bengals, Bills, or Ravens. There are dark horse teams lurking in the shadows, ready to pounce. In the NFL, nothing is guaranteed. One misstep, one bad game, and the dream of a three-peat could come crashing down. But here's the scariest part. The Chiefs aren't just sitting back, relying on what's worked in the past. They're evolving. They've added weapons, speedsters who can outrun any defender, playmakers who can shift the momentum in a single play. Andy Reid isn't just a coach, he's a mastermind. He knows how to keep his team focused, how to navigate the treacherous waters of an NFL season, and with Mahomes at the helm, anything is possible. However, the reality is, no matter how good the Chiefs are, no matter how dominant they've been, they're still human. The wear and tear of the season is real. Injuries pile up. Fatigue sets in. And Mahomes, as superhuman as he seems, isn't invincible. Last year, they weren't the #1 seed. They were the 3rd seed, forced to go on the road and fight through adversity to claim the title. But how many more times can they do that? How much longer can they endure the grind and still emerge victorious when it counts the most? If there's a team out there capable of stopping them, it'll take more than just talent. It'll require a perfect game plan, a defense that can contain Mahomes, an offense that can keep pace, and a coach who can outsmart Andy Reid. The Chiefs have the advantage, but the field is packed with challengers. The Bengals, Bills, and Eagles all pose serious threats. And then there are the wildcard teams, the ones no one expects, but that could rise up and shock the world. So who will it be? Will the Chiefs make history and secure their 3rd consecutive Super Bowl title? Or will one of the many challengers rise to dethrone the Kings? The road ahead is treacherous, and the battle for the Super Bowl has never been more intense. The Chiefs are standing on the edge of greatness, but the rest of the league is closing in. Chiefs or the field? The clock is ticking, and the answer will define this NFL season.